And that's why I tell like athletes all the time, like make sure you have a backup plan. The sports stuff can end at any given time. Whether there's another person that's better than you or the injury. You just never know.
Right.
At all. And you've seen it before, like with big stars and NBA, NFL and stuff like that, and you'll never hear their name again. I'm not here to really tell you, hey, you need to do this, that, and the third. You're going to do it regardless. It's just like if you're going to eat that McDonald's or you're going to get a salad salad.
Right.
A lot of times in our community, we don't believe that we need an advisor or an attorney or a CPA, none of that, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not educated on it. Then you get to 50, 60 years old, then you asking, yo, what I got left from you, right? So, Jazz, you have children or whatever, and your kids is asking you, like, yo, you know, what you got to pass down to us or whatever the case maybe is. And what you got, nothing. Because credit cards are still bad debt if you don't know what to do with it, right? Like, let's just say you go get 100, 150K, and you go utilize it and you don't make that back or doubled it, tripled it, quadrupled it, now you in a pickle. So you got to make sure you got a game plan of, yo, what am I going to do with this money? How I'm going to flip this money and go utilize it for whatever I'm going to do with it. Collab over competition 100% more so.
Sure.
And you know, like when you're young, you like, yo, I can't collab with this person because like he competition, and that's how we think. Once you start thinking like other communities and stuff like that, I promise you're going to have just way more. You're going to skyrocket.
Man, listen, we got the whole setup, bro.
I see you.
Come on, man. When we do it big, bro.
I see you.
Man, welcome to another Cold Game Conversation, and I am your host, Jazz Avante. This is episode 24, I believe. 24, man. Today we got a special guest in the building. My guy, Phil. I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself to the people, bro.
What's good, everybody? My name is Phil Crawford. I work as a licensed financial advisor, a business consultant, handling business credit repair, stuff like that. Originally from Houston, grew up most of my life in New York, just moved back down to Houston 3 years ago. So, you know, it's been a journey for sure.
Okay, bruh. So this is going to be a very insightful episode because I've been on my credit for a while, bro. And people don't understand how much credit takes time. You have to be very diligent, very patient when you are repairing your credit. But before we get into all that, I want you to like kind of take us back to the genesis, like where you from and, you know, what are some things that you've been through becoming the man that you are today?
100%. So I grew up in the SWAT, Southwest Alief, Texas, if most of you guys don't know that part. And I grew up there till 5th grade, moved to New York, lived in Valley Stream, Elmont, Baldwin, Cambria Heights. And, you know, I went to a predominantly private school for most of my life. I made a lot of connections going to private school, I would say. You know, my mom always wanted me to go to private school, and I wanted to go to public school. But I definitely thank her for, you know, sending me to private school because, you know, you make a lot of connections. You meet different people from different cultures. You know, you gain friends from different cultures. And it's a big thing because it's like it opens you to a new world because you're not just around, like, the same, you know, community that you're always around. So I appreciate her for a lot for that. And then football, just that discipline and that structure. You know, I played it through all from 7th grade to all the way to 12th grade and even college too. And, you know, I stopped playing after, you know, my second year in college, got offered a scholarship, but didn't take it because obviously, you know, school gets expensive. So at some point, a lot of athletes don't realize you got to make a choice, right? Because at the end of the day, the sports is going to end, right? So, you know, it's the money or, you know, should I go and just be a regular student? And a lot of us can't take it to become a regular student. And you can speak on that heavily. Cause, she could have been a WNBA star, but she still could go. She don't want to go.
They don't want to see me, bro. They don't want to see it, man. Listen, I already know you enjoying this episode right now. I wanted to read a quick message out of my book. I feel like somebody needs to hear this right now. As people, we come in contact with so many personalities along our journeys. When you experience these negative Nancys, do not internalize their projections upon you. Go within yourself and remind yourself of your why. Your why will give you the necessary reassurance and inspiration that you need to continue your journey with positivity and light. Go ahead and tap into my book. It's a real easy read. You can literally read it in one sitting. It's a lot of nuggets in this book, man. So I just decided to, you know, go ahead and put it down into a tangible object, y'all. Here's the link right here below. 9 keys to become your best self as a student athlete. the 9 essential keys to perform at your most optimal level, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Tap in. All right, y'all, let's get back to the episode. Peace.
So that's a big thing, right? Like I tell a lot of the athletes, like even that I talk to now, or like my boys that still play ball now, at the end of the day, it's going to end. So just got to have a backup plan, and got to be able to switch into that career life for sure, and find a niche or something that you can monetize for sure. So
Right. So when you got done with college completely, what was the next step for you?
So next step for me, fun fact. So I used to coach girls in gymnastics.
Really?
A lot of people don't know that. It's funny enough.
What? So what you was doing, man? Showing them how to tumble?
Of course, I showed them how to tumble. I was really good at it though.
Really?
I was really good at it. I always been a sponge. So like anything I could see like visually, I just pick up on it and stuff like that. I don't have photographic memory, but like I'll just learn and just process it, and that's just how my brain worked more so. And I love doing it. And then I got into like interning at a CrossFit gym, so that taught me a lot about Olympic lifting. And then from there, started working with Sports Performance. Shout out to T3 in New York. That's my family right there. That taught me a lot about sports performance and athletics. And then from there, I had an epiphany one day, and I was like, "Yo, I can't do this until I'm 40 years old." Right? Like, you see a lot of trainers that's doing it. I'm like, yo, I don't want to be that guy and doing it. And at the time, I was making a lot of money at that time, but I didn't really know what to do with it because I wasn't educated.
This is when you was in New York or here?
In New York.
Okay.
In New York. And I was making a good ton of money, and then, but I just wasn't educated on how money worked.
Okay.
At that time.
Okay.
And, met 2 mentors at the company that I'm with now, and from there, just started taking a test to become an advisor and stuff like that, and fully became licensed and really just took off and ran with it. Okay. And, started building my book of business.
Okay. So when did you end up moving here?
I had moved back 2020. So
2020. So that's when we met.
That's when we
met.
met.
Yeah, so tell them the story how we met.
Backstory on that. Sorry. I originally wasn't supposed to move here. Okay. Right. So April happens. I come down from New York to get away from COVID. COVID ends up catching me way too much. So it catches me. I get super sick. I'm in the hospital for about 10, 11 days, intubated, all that. Had to get flighted to an ICU unit. Basically, my organs were in failure. We spoke about it when we had that first time conversation.
You got that tattoo on your leg, huh?
Yep. Blessed. I'm blessed, 100% blessed, because, I wouldn't be here today at all, like, if God wasn't looking out for me. And I had, when I got my phone back, my sister wouldn't give me my phone back. I got my phone back. When I said my phone was buzzing, like buzzing. And it's like, people always say, like, you only live once. I got to live twice, because you see how much love from people that you get, like, just touching people. I had over 1,000+ messages. I had messages that I even get back to, because that's how much messages was on my phone, which was crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I appreciate everyone that checked up on me at that time, or, whoever looked out and reached out to my family, because that was a big thing, because my family was going through it. Yeah. So, it was definitely a time. And then, the world started opening back up, and started taking my exams. We met. Yeah. We met, and
let's pause right there. Let's put a pin right there. I want to know, when you were laying on that deathbed, what were some of your epiphanies that came through your head? Like, how did that look like?
So the epiphany had a couple. So my dad passed in 2013. So I'm in a hospital bed. So all I can imagine was more so looking at him, like, on his deathbed, because I couldn't move. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't move. I had to relearn how to walk. I had, nerve damage in my fingers. Got a scar on the back of my head. But I had epiphany just thinking about my dad being there, and I'm seeing him pass away in front of me. A lot of people don't, like, never see that, like, their parent. I'm seeing them pull the plug. You know what I'm saying? But it had to be done because, of cancer. So, it is what it is. And God made me mature at a younger age, even though I was always mature from, like, a younger age. But it just really, like, thing. And then it made me mature more. And then after that, more so, like, 2 years later, my grandmother passed away, but losing a child first, that's a lot. that's a lot to see. So then I had to deal with that, and I had to deal with, other family members dying, close friends that I looked up as father figures passing away as well. So, it really shaped me to be who I am today for sure, 100%. So, I definitely went through some traumatic times, but I just had to stay strong with it.
Okay, so now segue into now you're out, you fully recovered from that. Now this is when we met now.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk to me about that.
So
It was 2020.
It was 2020.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think that I had DM'd you. No. So I had went to your family's restaurant.
Okay.
I went to your family's restaurant.
Mom told me about that, yeah.
And your mom and your stepdad introduced me. She's like, "Oh yeah, the Jazz got a gym." I was like, "Oh word,"
Yeah.
because I was like looking for something to get back to doing. I needed a gym to do my craft.
Yeah.
And then so I had reached out to you, and then I had pulled up to a thing. We just chopped it up and stuff like that, seeing what you was doing. And at that time, the gym was fresh for us, so I don't even think there was turf.
Yep. No,
It wasn't turf yet on there.
No turf yet.
It wasn't turf on it, but you was like, I'm about to get some turf, and stuff thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, hit me back when you get the turf and stuff like that, and some of the athletic equipment, and then I get it rocking, and help you out, help you build your brand and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just because I was fresh out here, and I didn't know where was what. I didn't even want to stay here. I shipped my car down. I paid for it, and I was like, yo, why did I ship my car down here? So I'm telling my sister, like, yo, I want to go back to New York. She's like, nah, like, you'll, like, get to love it and enjoy it here and stuff like that. And I tell people now, I'm like, yo, I ain't never went back to the Northeast. So that's what it was.
That goes to show you how God works, man. You think you have your plan, but the Most High, He really have the ultimate plan.
100%.
Let me tell y'all, this guy, I'm like, these New York niggas, they be talking all fast. Let me see what he talking about. These old fast talking niggas. Let me see what he talking about. But I mean, I'm the type of person, I mean business. And I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with you if you're not the same way.
Yep.
I ain't got no time for that, because I understand how if you are lacking, you could bring that energy into what we're building.
100%.
And so that's one thing why I always respect you, is because you was always about business.
Yep.
And so I'm like, man, let me work with this dude, man. I like him. I like his grind. And let's see what we can do, bro. And so now, okay, so going through that, I guess, time period right there, when did you decide to get into what you're doing now? Transferring from training to now financial advisory.
So like I said, just going back on an epiphany of like, yo, I can't do this till I'm 40 years old. Because at that time, I didn't know about, like, retirement accounts, like, how much you need, what inflation is, what all this stuff is. And it's important for us to know, because we going to get old, right? Like, a lot of us think, yo, we're going to be 20, 30, 40, 50 years old forever. But we're going to get old. And now medical technology of advancement, right? People living up to age 100 and 110 years old. So just think about that. You got to have your money last for you for that long. So just think about it from that perspective. Right. So, I had a mentor in New York. He was like, yo, I'm with this company. Like, yo, come and check it out. Come do it. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle 100%. It's a struggle to get into the business, because it will test you like any like big major exam to get into a career where you basically working for yourself, but you're working inside a business, right? Like, you gotta go hard every single day. There's like, it's a nonstop grind, so it can affect your mental up and down, right? Like, I would say COVID gave me anxiety heavily, just because of the fact that I never felt like I had it before, and I would like, at these times I'm like, yo, damn, like, why things not going my way, and you just gotta stick through and believe in God, because obviously He put me in those positions beforehand to like lead me to where I'm at now. So that was the whole flip of the switch, is just having that epiphany one morning. I woke up and I'm like, yo, I can't do this until I'm 40 years old.
Yeah, that training.
And you can relate to it too. We talk about it all the time. Like, and it's crazy, because remember when we had met or whatever, and because you was like still fresh in it too, as you was like fresh in it, and I already had some like skin in the game, and I'm like, yo, like this is what's gonna happen. This is what you gonna deal with. You was like, nah. I was like, yo, I was like, you gonna deal with this?
Nah, thanks. Let me tell you. So I totally looking back on that now, it's like, I really respect you pivoting because I'm understanding that now. I don't want to be 40 and 50 years old in the gym training all these clients back to back to back. Okay, Jazz, what are we building?
Yep.
Like, what are you building outside of this? Because this is going to waver. I'm not trying to be up in here pounding my knees with these kids.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So I need to try to build me a real business. Let me change up. Let me get me some business attire. Let me move in that manner. You know what I'm saying?
100%, and change your energy too. Because look at it like this, right? Same thing as big companies, right? CEOs, COOs, CFOs, they get replaced every 3 to 5 years, right? So think about this: when you get older, there's another Jazz coming up. That okay, well, basketball career didn't go well for her, but she went into training. Now these kids is about to go to her because one, she's younger, she can move,
Yeah.
she can demonstrate move. You ain't about to be 40, 50.
Right.
You ain't about to be Uncle Drew.
I'm about to be calling shots at that age. 40, 50, we calling shots. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's super important. Like you
Right.
gotta learn when to pivot, and that's why I
Right.
tell like athletes all the time, like make sure you have a backup plan. That's super big because you know the sports stuff can end at any given time. Whether it's you know like there's another person that's better than you or the injury. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you just never know.
Right.
At all. And you've
Right.
seen it before, like with big stars and NBA, NFL, and stuff like that. And you'll never hear their name again.
So why financial advisory? What prompted you to go through that business in particularly?
More so, I'm able to make an impact,
Okay.
right? In a different way. I was making an impact training people mentally, you know, boosting their confidence,
Right.
getting them fit, making them feel better. And you like a therapist.
Yeah.
100%. So that's energy draining. That's a lot of back and forth, back
yeah.
and forth, back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you're doing one-on-one clientele. And so with now transitioning to the role I'm in now, I love what I do because I'm helping people understand, hey, like you need to do this, that, and the third so that you could be good for when you get into retirement. Okay. And they feel better about them. It's another way of like training too, because I'm training you to be financially smart with your decisions of how you go about on a day-to-day basis of how you manage your money or where you put your money at, right? That's super important because you want to make sure you stabilize when you're older and you want to be able to create generational wealth.
Let's talk to these athletes out here because you and I, we both resonate with this. My transition from being a hooper to adult, it was like, okay, Jazz, what do we do? All I know is hoop.
Yeah.
What is next? So talk to that athlete out there. If they don't know what to do, they're still in college or they're a pro right now, but they don't know that next chapter in life. How could you minister to them right now?
I would say learn what you're good at outside of what you do on a daily basis, right? Like if you good at art, if you good at music, if you could rap, if you could sing, you could dance, like find whatever you can do to monetize it, right? Now we living in a digital world.
Yeah.
Right? Like I was very uncomfortable like being able to put myself out there to social media because subconsciously we're always comparing ourselves. Right? So comparison is a thief of joy. Right? So when you're always thinking about that, like, damn, this person about to say this about me, this person about to say this about me. But like I seen, you know, me and you watch $1 million worth of game. And I study Wallow a lot. Wallow, you know, been locked, did his bid, whatever the case may be is. And he had posted something like, yo, there's 8 billion people out in here in the world. Like, someone gonna like your stuff. Like, this person may not like your stuff, but this person may not like your stuff. So family, friends, co-workers, all those people close to you, they may support or they may hate on the low or they may just hate, period. It don't even matter. Somebody else in the world that don't know you may like your content because it may resonate with them in a certain way that no one else has resonated with them before, right? So I started thinking like that, like, yo, like, let me just post this content. Like, let me just get myself out there and do what I do. Like, I'm a people's person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm big on character and reputation. Like, I'm never here to be someone like, yo, like, do someone dirty like that. I'm not gonna be on that type of time because karma, and we believe in karma heavily. Like it's gonna come back tenfold.
Right.
So when I do good and I put good out into the world, I know it's gonna come back tenfold. And I've done a lot of stuff out of love where I don't even ask for nothing in return. Like people hit me up like, yo, Phil, like I appreciate you for sending me this person, this, that, and the third. I don't need to post it or whatever. it make me feel good, yeah, whatever the case may be is. But like I'm like, yo, there's money out here for everybody. Like it's a piece of paper, it can be printed. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it.
So you being a financial advisor, how do you impact the market? What exactly do you do to bring value to the market?
So the market is in people.
People.
Okay, so people, just making them help them making informed decisions.
Okay.
Right. You know, they're getting a big purchase, or where to put their money at. Like,
Okay.
there's a lot of different aspects of getting into it, right?
Yeah.
But
And if y'all want some extra behind the scenes content, y'all tap into the Patreon. That's coming soon. Yeah, you gotta pay for that content.
smart,
Go ahead.
working. So yeah, I mean, like, making informed decisions and just telling them to do what the money, not even telling what to do. I'm sorry,
Advising.
guiding them.
Guiding.
You know what I mean? That's a big thing, right? Because I'm not here to really tell you, hey, you need to do this, that, and the third. You gonna do it regardless. It's just like if you're gonna eat that McDonald's or you're gonna get a salad salad.
Right.
Right? So
Right.
either or, you're gonna
Right,
treat
right,
your body
right,
right. It's the same
right.
thing with a financial decision.
Okay.
Or it's the same thing with a mental decision. Hey, this person may be good for me, but this person's bad for me. But I like going with the bad than the good. Then you get what? You get burned later on. You know what I'm saying? So having a good choice. So you gotta look at stuff like that.
So who needs a financial advisor? Does everyone need one? Like how does that work?
I would say when you get to a certain point of how much money you're making, right? So a lot of times in our community, right, Black and brown communities, we don't believe that we need an advisor or an attorney or a CPA, none of that, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not educated on it. That's how I feel, and that's how I kind of have my perspective on it. It's like, oh, I don't need that, whatever. Then you get to 50, 60 years old, then you asking, yo, what I got left from you, right? So Jazz, you have children or whatever, and your kids is asking you like, yo, what you got to pass down to us or whatever the case maybe is. And what you got, nothing.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're the generation to create that. I know I'm speaking for myself right now.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like I am that person to give that knowledge to. So that's why I'm consistently looking at these podcasts and actually getting in these books. You know what I'm saying? Getting the information. So let's kind of segue into, let's talk a little bit about credit now. Man, dealing with my credit, I want to say I started back in 2021. I had me a mentor. Man, I really appreciate him because he actually sat me down and taught me everything. Paul, I love you forever. Thank you so much for giving me the game on credit. He basically just told me everything about building credit and how credit is super important building as an adult out here.
Very.
And he just told me to, take it slow. He started me off with a secured card and I just build it up from there.
Yeah.
Build it from there. So how or when did you get into repairing credit?
So I would say a couple of months ago, but I never really wrote it out because I wanted to learn the ins and out of everything, right? I definitely didn't want to like give people a half-ass product, right? So, people gotta understand, it is a patient game. This is not a 1, 2, 3 game. Like you're dealing with bureaus and stuff like that. People like me and you reading something and looking it over, possibly getting it deleted, possibly not getting it deleted, then okay, I gotta recircle and do this again. Clients, yo, when is my this gonna get fixed? Blah 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 blah. Dude, patience is a big thing, right? And that's even with building a business, because it don't take 3 to 5 years to build a successful business.
I'm telling you, sometimes, especially listen, Equifax, they ass is hard headed.
Super.
I rock with TransUnion. TransUnion and Experian, I rock with them. But Equifax, boy, you got to keep on sending that letter
Always.
2-3 times.
Always.
How would you, okay, so you have a client, right? Say they got 3 collections. They got 5 to 10 missed payments. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you, first of all, how would you even sit them down and explain to them
What's going on?
what is the severity of that situation? And from then, how can you help them?
Well, the severity of the situation is you ain't gonna be getting approved for no cards,
That's temporary.
right? And then also, if you're trying to get a house or you're trying to get an apartment, they're gonna look at you and be like,
They got to clean that up first.
you can't live here.
What's their first step of cleaning it though? What can they do?
So that first step of cleaning it, if you're doing it on your own or you're doing it with somebody that's doing credit repair.
Just say if they want to do it on their own.
They doing it on their own. They got to understand what letters to use, what consumer laws to use.
Yep.
Super important. Who they sending it to.
Yep.
Making sure that everything on their personal information is accurate. Like, that gotta be locked in for sure.
The name got to be the same on your ID card, on your social security card, on your birth certificate. Everything got to be the same.
Addresses across the board.
All
of
that.
it. So,
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like taking the time to prepare their credit at all because it is time consuming. Because you're going to send a letter once, you're going to get pissed off like, why am I don't even want to do it some more.
Right.
And that's why a lot of people pay for it.
Right.
Just like people pay for training with somebody,
Yeah.
right? Because they train themselves. They're like, I ain't going to get as better. I ain't going to get that nice. But if I'm working with Jazz, I'm going to get super nice, right? So that's more so how you go about it. Making sure all your personal information is correct, understanding your consumer laws of what laws to use, who to send it to, and then really just taking it from there. Obviously, we can go on and on and on. I'm not going to go super deep into it. But that's, if you wanted to start to repair your credit, if, got collections, and
Mm-hmm.
most stuff can be deleted, right? If it's an open account, most of the time it's not going to be deleted.
Yeah.
right? If it's a closed account, it can be deleted. But like I said, you got to know how to go about it, how to address it, where to send it to, you know, and making sure your credit profile is in a proper place.
And when you talking to these people, you have to code switch, put on that business voice. You can't be, y'all, you will get hung up on quick. You got to know how to change that voice a little bit.
Yeah.
Have a decent tone. You can't be up in here trying to bulldoze your way to these folks. These folks gonna be click. Yeah. You got to call them right back, though. You got to understand how to get what you need to get done with these people, man, because it is a patience game, y'all. Peace, family. Hey, listen, real quick announcement. I know you see this merch right now. Stop playing. Let's get into it. I know you see this merch. Stop playing with us. Cold Game Convos. We just came out with our first official drop. We got black, white, gray. We got like an ashy gray, dark gray. We have tan. Man, we got all colors, man. If you want to support the brand, hit the link below. We got smalls all the way to 2X. Once again, if you rocking with the brand, you rocking with the podcast, if you rocking with our movement, go ahead and support, man. Tap in, get you some merch, man. All right, back to the episode.
Yeah.
What do you say about the snap?
She got the snap. You know what that means.
Yeah, but we back in the building, y'all. I had to pay them bills real quick, man. Let's bring it back. So after they have cleaned their credit, right? So what's the next step? How would you advise them then?
So after you clean your credit, you know, if somebody has you as an authorized user or you have a secure credit card, you know, I would say those first steps to like help boost your credit profile or boost your points or whatever you need to do. And then really just applying for different credit cards at different banks, the top banks or whatever, but build a relationship with the bank first.
Yes.
So having a checking savings account with them and stuff like that for a couple months, you know, build the relationship first. Don't be like, all right, 1 month and try to get an outrageous type of credit line. It's just not going to work because they can see it. So, you know, 6 months, you know, get a card, put your numbers in, whatever you put your numbers in at, and then see if you get approved for it, if you don't get approved for it, and then just take it from there.
And in my experience, y'all, I would say hit up your local credit unions first because they'll give you more.
Yep.
And I can say, for me, Navy Federal, man, we're talking about, so on the business side, right? So I did my business. First of all, whenever you talk about business credit, number one, you want to make sure your paperwork is together.
Yep.
When you step to these institutions, you need to make sure that all of your paperwork is A1. You need to make sure you have, of course, all your papers, your LLC papers, your authorization papers. You need to have
Articles of organization.
articles of organization.
Yeah, EIN number.
You need to have EIN. You need to have a website. You need to have
Address.
everything together before you even step to these people. Man, I went up in there. I made sure all my straight. They gave me a nice, decent little bag. Navy Federal. Come on, man. I said, you know what? Let me invest in this podcast equipment, man.
Facts.
All off of a new LLC I made back in January. And I got the bag, May
Yeah.
of this year?
Yeah.
Off a new LLC, y'all. Stop playing, bro.
Stop playing. Get to
Stop
the bag.
playing. Yeah, yeah.
Use business credit to leverage
Yeah. Okay. So,
all day.
what is the difference for the people who don't know? What's the difference from business credit and personal credit?
Basically, more so just the credit line limit that they give you more so. I mean, if you do make money, like people do give out the bag personally. I've got personally from one credit union, 18.
Okay.
You know, that's a lot. That's like a business. That's like a business credit line.
Business or
That was personal.
personal?
That's personal.
Off a regular bank?
Nah, credit union.
Okay, credit. Yeah, credit.
I ain't gonna speak
They
on
gonna
it,
get a bank. They gonna get a bag.
I got
Credit union gonna
some
get
got some
it.
special use credit
Let
unions
me
in the
know
back.
who that was, man. Let me know
I
who
got
they
you.
are.
But
Off camera.
But business credit totally different than personal, just because you can get a bigger bag because they look at it as a business, right?
Yeah.
Like you got employees, you got working capital, you need to do marketing and advertisement, you got to invest in equipment, blah 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 blah.
sure.
But you got to know what numbers to put in. You got to have your paperwork straight, like you said, your EIN, DUNS number, articles of organization. You know, I'm just on the top of my head right
All
now.
that.
Damn, why virtual address,
Yes.
phone number.
All of the phone number, all of that, bro. And they gonna call it. They gonna look up that address.
Yeah.
They gonna call that number like they did me. They did. They looked at my website.
Yeah.
They checked everything.
Yep. So they want to see if you legit for real. But if they show you like you legit for real, you can get it back.
For sure.
And you can do this. You could rinse and repeat this over and over. But there is a hack with it and stuff like that. You know, tap in with me if you want to learn about more so the hack. So we'll talk about that.
What? Give us a little sneak peek. What we
I mean,
talking about?
you got to make sure your personal credit got to be in good order.
Oh, for sure that.
Like-
They gonna check that credit. You
But-
don't have to be a personal guarantor. If not, if you don't want to be a personal guarantor, you have to be in business for at least 2 years.
Not even that. Your credit profile got to be a certain way.
Okay.
Like big time. Your credit profile got to be a certain way, and a lot of people's credit profile are not like how it's supposed to be to really get the bag more so. But it is a rinse and repeat play. I mean, you just got to believe in yourself more so when you messing with it, right? Because credit cards are still bad debt if you don't know what to do with it, right? Like let's just say you go get 150K and you go utilize it and you don't make that whatever you spent back or doubled it, tripled it, quadrupled it, now you in a pickle. So you got to make sure you got a game plan of, what am I do with this money, how I'm going to flip this money, and go utilize it for whatever I'm going to do with it.
Because one of the key components is your credit utilization.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yep.
They're going to look at how much you're using it. So say you have a $10,000 credit card, right? You really shouldn't even be using no more than about $1,000. Paying that shit right back off. Right back off.
I tell people all the time, right? Like credit is super powerful and it's way better than debit because obviously you still want to have cash flow coming in and out, right? But you get rewards, travel, all that stuff, different perks from different banks and credit unions. They offer all different perks and things. So I'd rather get cash back than not get cash back.
For sure.
I just use Go debit card, go get some food. I want to get some money back.
Because you're going to spend that money anyway.
Exactly.
You swiping this debit card, you might as well swipe it on your credit. And what my mentor told me, as soon as you get back in that car, pay that thing right back off.
Yeah.
That's how I grew my credit, man. That's how I grew it.
I mean, like I said, I tell people all the time, just make sure you keep track of your cards. Like I got over 30.
Oh, yeah.
I got over 30.
Word.
30. But yeah, just make sure you keep track of your cards, what you spending on and stuff like that, and just be mindful of what you're doing with it. I'll just say that because I mean it's a great gift, but also you can screw yourself up. Just becoming a business owner, a lot of people think it's like an easy path to get into, and it's not. It's a lot of work. Like it's nonstop work. And I would say too, like having the right partner is huge when you're a business owner because like you working, they got to see the vision too. If they can't see the vision, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's just not gonna work. So, you know, sometimes you gonna put in that grind for like 1-3 years and stuff like that and it could pop. You know what I'm saying? Like we see it all the time on Instagram. I know y'all see, you know, put your head down for 6 months or 90 days or whatever that case may be. But a lot of people don't do it. You gotta really like do it and
Right.
stick to it. Like when I was trying to become an advisor, how many times I would come up to the gym and be like, yo, I gotta
I'm studying.
I'm studying and I gotta retake it.
I remember that.
And you know how like it shoots your confidence down, but
Yeah.
I couldn't let that break me. I had to keep going because I'm like, yo, I'm 5% in this business as an African American male. I'm 5%, and you can go. I tell people all the time, go look at the top professions in America and go look at the percentages of diversity,
Okay.
and you will understand and why I say that.
Okay.
Right? And it's big and it's gonna be an eye opener for a lot of people. It's an eye opener for a lot of people, and you know what I mean. So everybody's not meant to be an employee. Everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody's not meant to be a business owner. Everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. And you know, everybody got their niche.
In your point of view, what skills should a person acquire to become a entrepreneur? In your point of view.
You have to be personable with people. You have to know how to sell. I don't care what you say. You gotta know how to sell. And it doesn't mean like, yo, buy my stuff. It means just being like, yo, knowing what to say, how to say it, how to make a person feel. Are you educating them and giving them the right education that they need? Right? Like, there's a lot of mentors and gurus and experts on Instagram. And I hate the word expert. Nobody's an expert with anything.
That's how I feel.
No one's an expert with anything. Because you're always learning, right?
True.
So if technology is always advancing, what makes you think you're an expert at something all the time?
I mean, but if they put sweat equity in it, they feel like that though.
Yeah, but you can also
Years and years.
you can't put years and years and years, but that don't mean you're gonna remember everything. It's just like college. Right? Everybody goes to college, you ask somebody, yo, what'd you learn in college for all those 4 years? Nothing, because what? It's different in the what? Field.
This is true.
This is different in the field. I'm just saying more so the title just, you don't need to call yourself an expert more so. Like if you're knowledgeable, you're knowledgeable.
Okay.
Right? Like if you speaking on it and you telling people like this, that, and the third or whatever the case may be is, like when I have conversations with clients and stuff like that, they be like, damn, you know a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I self-educate myself a lot too. I'm not saying I'm expert. You know, I am a man of many talents for sure, 100%. Like God just gave me a lot of gifts. Like for real, that's kind of how I look at it. I'm not gonna say like, yo, I'm a master of everything, but he just gave me like, a lot of gifts.
So where did you learn all of this? Where do you get your knowledge?
Reading books. Shoot, the last year was the most books I've read. I read like 30 books. 1 month I read like 6 books.
What's one of your favorite books right now?
My favorite books right now that I've read. So many books. Damn. I would say Discipline is Destiny.
Okay. Discipline is Destiny.
That's a deep book.
Discipline is Destiny. All right.
That's a deep book.
What does it talk about? Give me like a synopsis.
Just more so like just different scenarios of being disciplined or when people are ready to fold and break and stuff like that. I mean, this is obviously I read it back last year, so like I said, like when you're in college, you read so many books, it's a lot. So you ain't gonna remember everything, but you learn something. You take something from each book or whatever.
Each time you read it.
Read something, right? So it's just being a lot of people can't be disciplined and structured. Right? A lot of people cannot be disciplined and structured right now. We are in a hard transitional period. Very tough transitional period in the economy. Right? So a lot of parents are not able to be around their kids a lot because they got to work more. So it affects the next generation. And then that generation is going to affect the next generation. So you got to be on top of your kid. You know, you need to be on top of yourself too. You know what I mean? That's what I tell people all the time. Like, yo, working out is the best therapy.
For sure.
And everybody needs a therapist. Everybody.
For sure.
Everybody. I don't care if you don't think you need a therapist. Talk to someone that has an unbiased opinion. I went to therapy with my therapist, and it was like, yo, like, weight off my shoulder a little bit because I just had somebody to talk to that didn't know me, and it was just unbiased. Not that I'm not crazy or anything like that, but it's just like, yo, like I needed someone to talk to and just pour my feelings out, and it's okay. As a black man, it's okay because we always think that we need to be super tough, and that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? We got emotions too. So a lot of people, don't talk about it. Like, men got emotions too.
Yeah.
But we supposed to be the hard person, whatever. But like, you gotta think like. You put too much pressure on a pipe, it's gonna bust.
Or make a diamond.
Or make a diamond.
Hey, either or.
Make a diamond. Either or.
That I'm so glad that you brought that up, man. Being a man, how do you navigate the emotional turmoil that comes within this business? Because we all know that this business ain't peaches and cream. Being your own boss or whatever. If you have a business or if you're working for somebody, we understand that don't always be just peachy.
Yep.
How do you deal with that though?
So I keep a structured schedule all the time. So I'm at like 5, 6 a.m. Thank God first. And that's real. 100%. Go work out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To let some testosterone out and stuff like that. Get into my work day and stuff like that. But I would say more so too, just being around positive people and just people that you could talk to and just entrust with them of like what they, you telling them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like, yo, I'm going through this and stuff like that. I got friends I got woman friends and male friends for like 12 plus years, 13, 14 plus years that I call like brother and sister type ordeal. Right? So like, that's like really family to me. Like, I'm a person that's like, family to me. Like, we met 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We consider each other family. Like, cause I'm like, yo, I was putting you on game, you were putting me on game. I feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Certain people I don't feel that way all the time, and that's just because off of energy. I know how Jazz is. I know Jazz is like, yo, sometimes, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's all love. But some people not gonna be able to take that energy.
Yeah,
they may not like
sure,
it. You know what I'm saying? I know how you are, so I'm just like, that's just that.
And I know I can't be like that with everybody. That's me knowing my personnel.
But right, so but a lot of people don't realize that too.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize like, yo, I affect this person in this some shape or form. Mm-hmm. Like, I would have friends tell me like, yo, Phil, like, I don't like you saying this, that, and third. And I would have to be self-aware. A lot of people are not self-aware. I would have to be self-aware, like, yo, I can't say that around him or treat him like that or whatever the case may be. So I really became self-aware of myself and just, not diagnosing myself, but just making sure I treat people how they want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, though. Not on, no fake stuff or whatever. Like, you treat me this way, I treat you this way. But, like, how you really want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm big on the morals and principles and stuff like that. If you don't got morals and principles, you cannot be around me. Like, and when I hear other stories, like how somebody do another person dirty and I'm cool, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, I never would have thought. And I have to take a step away from them because I'm like, nah, I don't want that energy around me. Because if they could do it to that, if they're going to do it to that person, why they wouldn't do it to me?
I'm really glad that you brought this up. Like, being aware of the person that, you're dealing with. I want to talk about how do you separate business from a personal relationship? Like, how do you differentiate that? And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to kind of tell you a quick story. Me with some of my basketball clients previously, there will be times where, the kid will come in, don't speak. And this would be an ongoing, reoccurrent thing. And I'm like, yo, what's up? How are you doing? Me just trying to, help that kid come out, be a...
Break into their personality.
Right. Be a personable person, like teaching them life lessons. And back in the day, it would really get under my skin a little bit. It's like, okay, I'm giving to this kid. They're unreceptive. I'm talking to the parent. They really don't care. They just literally dropping their kid off and leaving. So how do you separate the business from the personal? Have you ever had to deal with anything like that in your business?
Oh, multiple times.
How do you deal with that?
Multiple times. You deal with that a lot, especially in the business that I'm in now with the personal and business side.
Yeah.
And it's crazy when I first got into when I first switched and pivoted into my career now, I would ask my mentor, like my big brother in the game more so, like, yo, like how you separate this? Cause like women, a lot of times women be thinking like I'm trying to like get at them, and I'm like, yo, that's not the like for me, like that's not the case. Like
Okay.
I'm not worried about, you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried.
Yeah.
I'm good on that side. I'm not worried
Yeah.
about that. So it's like,
We ain't even talk about that. Okay, keep going.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
they thinking another way and you just thinking the opposite way. So you really gotta be passive aggressive and stern with it.
Okay.
More so like you gotta be passive aggressive and
Yeah.
stern with it of how you speak to them too as well, whether it's male or woman and stuff or female. And I like to work with women more so all the time. Just because they are more
Receptive
of things, and they go get after it. Like now it's like they go get after it. When you work with males, a lot of times it's an ego thing.
The
Like, they
ego,
wanna stroke
pride.
themselves.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I'm not a person. I ain't about to argue with people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like my best friend taught me patience for real. Like I'm telling you, like he taught me patience for real, because he was like, yo, like thing, you know what I mean? And me and him locked 14 plus years. And I'm like, yo, like I don't be, and he it's funny because he would be a hothead, but I'm patient. So I had to seem like, yo, bro, little stuff like that, like you don't even, there's no point of even arguing about it. Sorry, you even arguing about it. Like there's no, for what? Like it's not even necessary. Like when
Yeah.
people be trying to argue with me, I was like, yo, you think how you think, I think how I think. If you think you're correct, cool, that's
Right,
fine.
right.
Keep it pushing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You either gonna come back to me later and like, all right, you was right, or be like, all right, you got another solution. Okay, cool, that's fine. Like I'm just not about to argue.
Have you ever had a client come and try to bargain with you on your prices? How you
get
do?
that
How
all
you
the
do?
time. I think it's very disrespectful for people.
Very, very.
And I only say this because you trying to make it to and pay your bills and stuff like that, and you dedicated yourself to a craft or a business that you really pursue. Like, think about it. Consumer side, you the producer side, right? Consumer side, you didn't think of this, or you didn't put in this dedication I put into this to learn this.
Yes.
So you're getting my knowledge and you're getting a blueprint to kind of skip some stages, right? So it's just like you could be the trainer there, and then there's another trainer here, but you probably the better trainer. But that trainer's prices are a little bit cheaper, but you know more stuff and you more knowledgeable and stuff like that. Then they go to that trainer and stuff like that, and they pay the price, and it's not the training that Jazz Avanti gives, right? Now they got to come back to Jazz. Now you feel disrespected, and it's like, I don't really want to work with you already because that's kind of, fake type ordeal. You know what I'm saying?
It happens every day, B.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of fake ordeal.
They gonna
whatever.
be back.
Because
They gonna be back.
if you see the content and you see the product of other kids getting what they need out of the training or whatever business it is, right? Whatever they're producing, you should never be like, yo, ask for a discount or whatever. The only time a discount should be offered is if the producer is asking you, all right, I'm giving a discount this month or this week or this day. I'm going to give you a discount or whatever. Cool. If you don't got it at that time, I respect it. I'd rather you say, I don't have it at this time, but let me reconvene at a later date and see what I could do and find, where my budget. And if they don't reach back out, they don't reach back out.
Most
it's on to the next.
people don't have that decorum. I'm so glad that you said that. Most people don't have that.
Yeah.
And we understand that. That's why I will never go and slight somebody, especially if they're the producer.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay the price because I understand how much work, time, and sweat equity that person has put in.
Facts.
Don't disrespect me like that. You don't see me up in here 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning grinding.
Yeah.
Respect my price. You know how I begin. Like I'm not even gonna, I'm not gonna stop.
But hold on though.
Listen.
Somebody
Damn.
don't know you, they're
understand
not
that.
gonna understand that. But I know you, so I'm gonna understand that. So
Understand that.
a lot of people just gotta understand that. Like even with like the business credit and the business, the credit repair and the business funding, I pay the price for mentorship.
Pay the price.
I pay the price, but I pay for one of the best in the game.
go.
You know what I'm saying? So like I pay for one of the best in the game. So like, yeah, you gotta pay the price. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned all this to help you out, to beat the process. If you wanna go do it on your own, cool, go do it on your own. That's fine. But if you come back a year later and you say, oh, I still haven't got anything done, and then my price go up because I work with other clientele, you're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be pissed.
Because that price is definitely going up.
Cause why? Why is my price going up?
Because I'm getting better.
Getting better, number one. Number two, my time is more valuable. Even more valuable.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
a lot of people reaching out to me, well, damn, it's gonna cost you this. So that's how I look at it. And
Facts.
I don't get butthurt when a client don't want to work with me. Okay. That's another thing that a lot of people, you know, they do. They get butthurt. You know, this thing flopped or whatever the case may be. Yo, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Like I just the other day, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a client like, yo, not ready, focus on other things. Cool, fine, I don't care. Cool, yeah. One bus leaving, another bus is coming. You know what I'm saying? Sure. But you gotta stay on the grind. Like you gotta stay on the grind. You want volume, you gotta put in that work to get the volume.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So as a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever you doing, you know what I'm saying? Just stay on the grind. That's a big part of it. So
we got the financial literacy bag, we got credit. So what else are you into? What other projects you got going?
So I'm about to. I just started up a networking event called Diversified Professional Networking Mixers. Got great feedback from a lot of people that popped out on Thursday. Bro. Definitely got to come to the next one.
That's
for sure.
What's up, man.
I was nervous at first because I used to party promote in New York. For like years, me and two of my old partners and stuff like that. You know, we used to have New York Jumping at a young age, from like 18, 22, 23, and just made that switch. I'm like, yo, I need to like do something for professionals and get my name out here in Houston. So like right now, I'm just looking to collab with people for real, collab over competition, 100% more so. Sure. And you know, like when you're young, you like, yo, I can't collab with this person because like he competition, and that's how we think. That's how we think. Yep. And like once you start thinking like other communities and stuff like that, I promise you're gonna have just way more. You're gonna skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but that's just my point of view.
But nah, that's a fact though. Yeah. These people literally come together, break bread. Some people, they even stay in the same home.
Yeah, 100%.
And they pour into their people. All right, man, so you going to get your stuff, you going to save up your money, boom, you going to get out. All right, then this person up next, boom, you going to work up, save it up. Like, I love how they come together and they make sure that everybody comes up. It like with us, it's kind of like that crab in a barrel type thing, man.
Oh,
like,
get out by 18. By 2021, go to college, this, that, and third. Like I said, this is a whole new world now. It's a whole new world like this. And it's crazy. I had somebody. I had went out with a friend one night to older gentleman and stuff like that, and he was like, "Yo, Phil, like our parents couldn't prepare us for the advancement of technology from like 2010 to 2020." And I'm like, and I didn't really realize and think about it. I'm like, yo, that's true. Like, yo, Snapchat came, Instagram came, TikTok came. Now we got Threads. Now Twitter turned to X. Like, AI is coming. Like, all this stuff is just shooting out at us. It's like, yo, how do we keep up? Right? Like, NFT came out. Everybody's on NFT. Flop. And so it's so funny. So I call NFT the fake digital trademark. Because trademarks are like, you know, you go through the government for a trademark and stuff like that. And, you know, like a lot of these celebrities was eating off of NFTs. Crazy.
They were.
Right? I ain't gonna call out any celebrities, but like they had like metaverses, all this, that, and the third, right? Yeah. And people was buying like digital real estate. Yeah. In my head, I'm like, what are you doing with digital real estate? Like the whole time when like this whole thing is happening, I'm like, yo, how can we live in a virtual reality world when people in real life can't even live in a real life world? Oof. Like, we have so much going on with anxiety, depression, this, that, and the third. And like I said, comparison is a thief of joy. All these kids now, they compare themselves to the next person all the time, right? Just because they have the access to the iPhone and they got the Instagram and they got the TikTok.
Yeah.
So even athletes do it. Athletes do it all the time. Content creators do it all the time. Like, damn, this girl is better than me at the content creation than I am. I'm gonna stop doing it. And then they get into the press stage.
Right.
Or somebody says a comment on them and they bully them. Like Ye said it even best.
That's not funny, but
But Ye said it even best, right? Like, he didn't want his daughter on TikTok or whatever to not have the negativity go towards her, because people are gonna say nasty things.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's like, even with me, like, subconsciously you'll think like, yo, somebody's gonna say nasty thing, but you gotta just ignore it and just keep going. And that's why I just keep positive people around me at all times.
Let me give y'all some game right here. If this person is not paying your bills, why do you care? At the end of the day, if you are doing what you need to do for yourself, you're providing for yourself and your family, this person, their opinion does not matter. It should not matter. Are they paying your bills? At the end of the day, their opinion should not matter at all. And I feel like people need to work on their soft skills, like understanding how to communicate in real time with people.
Yeah.
See, people on using these damn thumbs, talking about my clients, some of my clients, they don't even know how to have a civil conversation.
Yeah.
It's like we have to get back in the field and communicate with people. That's a lost art now. People don't even know how to talk. Hey, how you doing, little Johnny? What is your parents teaching you, dog? Like, my parents taught me, when you walk into somebody's establishment, you speak.
Yeah. And
Come on, man.
And good morning. I hate when people like text me like, yo, and this in the morning. I'm like, yo, bro, say good morning.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Facts,
cause you
facts.
know when you say that, you hear the like, yo, or like your name, like they want something like, bro, say good morning first. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah, just regular.
Just regular manners,
being
and morals and
home
principles.
training.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, morals and principles, bruh.
On it.
So, it's cold game, bruh. So, if you had to give somebody out there some cold game, I know throughout this whole conversation, man, you was giving game, bro. But if you had to sum up everything that we talked about, man, just give them a piece of cold game that they can leave with, bro.
I'll give a couple. One, love what you do, because then it will never feel like work. And I know a lot of podcasts say it and a lot of people say it, but I really mean it. When I did training, I loved it. You know what I mean? Obviously, I fell out of love with it more so because I wanted to move on to bigger and better things. So that's when I had to make the pivot.
Yeah.
But love what you do because you can monetize it. You know what I'm saying? Especially now. Two, don't get caught up with the critics or the naysayers or the haters and stuff like that. Like, and even your friends that may, think they jack you, they may hate behind the scenes because they not you. You know what I'm saying? They not you, and that's just kind of what it is. What it is. It's a dog eat dog world. And then last but not least, love the people around you. You know what I'm saying? Stick to those positive people.
Sure.
Cause they gonna speak life into you and make you want to do bigger and better things and go far. So like when you thinking big, like you gonna go and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like my uncle always like telling me, "Yo, think big," and that's all I think. And just do one thing at a time. Like focus on one thing at a time. Like everybody thinks you need 7 streams of income, but like let's just say we going down one river, you can always go down 7 different paths. That's cold hard game.
What do you mean by
soak
that?
that up.
What do you mean?
If you're going down one river, there's 7 different paths. That one river called 7 different paths,
Oh, so you're
creating an
saying
ecosystem.
that one rhythm, you can create 7 different things from that one thing. Got you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they can go 7 different paths. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I don't want to go down 7 river streams.
Okay.
Think about it like that.
Yeah.
I'm on one river.
You're one and
there's
then
7 different
expand.
things,
I got you.
right?
I got you.
I'm not going down each separate river. So that's how you gotta look at it.
Man, if I had to give some game, man, I want to talk specifically to the athletes that are in that transition, right? That period where they're towards the end of their career and they're thinking about the next chapter in their life. Like Philly said, man, think about what you're passionate about outside of what you do. Coming from myself, I've been playing ball for 25, 26 years, and I never explored anything outside of hoop. If I had to give you some game, I would say find something that you lose track of time in, that you enjoy it genuinely without even getting paid in. find that first. Do that and then figure out how to monetize that, right? Because I feel like with myself, I'm just now figuring out my other passions. Like I have so many different passions, but I didn't even go down that path because I was so focused on hoop back in the day. Find something that you are genuinely passionate about, and then you can start, finding out other ways of building revenue streams from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's
That's all I got, bro. So to end us off, man, tell them where to find you. Plug everything you got going on, all your products, all of your events,
sure.
where to find you, your page, and everything like that.
For sure. So you can find me on LinkedIn, Philip Crawford.
He got that's
That's the first one. I'm powerful on that. Powerful on that. That's first and foremost.
Yes, sir.
Because it just show you a legit business
I need to
person.
update my LinkedIn.
You're a legit
bro,
business
for
person.
Sure.
When you're on LinkedIn, there's a lot of game on LinkedIn. Like you meet people.
I'm gonna update mine
meet
for
people.
sure. That
And then on Instagram, my personal page, Philly with two Y's.C, and then Pat Consultant P.A.C Consultant, and TikTok is the same P.A.C Consultant, and then it's just like that.
All right, bro. Hey, man, y'all tuned into another Cold Game conversation, man. We gave y'all a lot of cold game in this, man. So if it didn't register, rewind it, and rewind it again, man. All right, man. So y'all go ahead and follow us everywhere. You can follow me, Jazz Devontae. You know how to reach me, man. But follow the page, Cold Game Combos, everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as well, Threads as well, all right? Hey, man, episode 24, man, we out.
Appreciate you.
Got that a little bit?
Yeah, DQ, here, take my phone too. Pictures, please, if you could.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. we looking good, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?